this week.
Someone called tonight. They thought you were suspicious.
Prosecutors released body cam video of Luigi Mangione moments before his arrest. And a man once hailed as a hero is now charged with murder. Plus, police arrest 4 men in connection with a mass shooting that killed a 10-year-old boy. Right now, Fox 5's Crime in the City. For our first story this week, we begin in Lower Manhattan. That's where suspected CEO killer Luigi Mangione appeared in court. For the first time, prosecutors released body cam video showing police confronting him in a Pennsylvania McDonald's moments before his arrest.
Luigi Mangione back inside a Lower Manhattan courtroom, and new video just released shows the moments police confronted the accused CEO killer.
Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live with the tail of the tape tonight. Lisa?
Well, Steve and Natasha, we knew something big was happening when the courtroom started buzzing, and then the hallways in the entire courthouse, you see right behind me, started buzzing. Everybody was talking about it. For the last couple of days, since yesterday and today this week, all we've seen inside that courtroom during this pretrial hearing for Luigi Mangione was the video, body cam video from different police officers all during that time around his arrest in Altoona, Pennsylvania. 1 year ago to the day today, we were not allowed to have access to it. We were not allowed to show it. But now, for the first time in this pretrial hearing, we're getting a video clip. This is the clip of a police officer, an Altoona Police Department officer, going into the McDonald's there in Altoona, confronting Luigi Mangione, who gives him a different name after the police officer walks into that fast food restaurant. Now take a look and take a listen.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Good. Put your mask down real quick for me? Yeah, sure. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. What's your name?
Mark.
What is it?
Mark.
Mark?
Yes, sir.
Mark what?
Rosario.
Rosario? Someone called tonight. They thought you were suspicious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is your ID on you?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
I thought she looked like someone, guilty to taking a run from it. Where are you from? Player 6, 2729 out of New Jersey. Romeo 6807 52100 07982. Should come back to a Mark. Rosanna.
Now, that was the initial encounter that set off this whole sequence of events in the year following, leading up until today, where Mangione is facing charges in Pennsylvania. That encounter led to his initial arrest on use of a fake ID, which was a Pennsylvania state charge. He's since been indicted in federal court, and he's now facing murder charges and other charges here in New York State Court, here at Manhattan Criminal Court, which is what this pretrial hearing is for. Mangione, we should point out, has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges that he is facing, but this is very significant to at least have this video clip. We see him giving that fake name to the officer, and this set off a huge sequence of events that we've been watching very closely the last 2 days of minute-by-minute video, defense interpreting it one way, prosecution determining it the other way, almost a draw, it seemed at times, at the end of yesterday and the end of today. But we'll see what happens, what the judge decides to do. Again, the whole issue coming down to, were the police right in doing the bag search and arresting him without reading him his Miranda rights for 17 minutes.
Staying in Manhattan, we now head to Herald Square, where a woman visiting the city was stabbed inside Macy's Thursday afternoon in an attack that police say was unprovoked. Well, a homeless woman is facing attempted murder charges after police say she stabbed a tourist. This happened inside Macy's in Herald Square.
This is an incredibly busy time of year. It happened yesterday afternoon on the store's 7th floor. Now, the 38-year-old victim was stabbed several times in the back, arm, and shoulder. Police sources say the attack was completely unprovoked. 43-year-old Carrie Unhearn was arrested and charged with attempted murder, assault, and criminal possession of a weapon. Midtown was also the site where a New York Jets player was shot last month.
This week, a suspect linked to that shooting was taken into police custody and charged.
We are following developing news out of Midtown tonight. The man who allegedly shot Jets cornerback Chris Boyd last month, seriously injuring the football player, was just hit with attempted murder charges. Police arrested Frederick Green last night. Boyd was shot outside a club on West 38th Street back on November 16th. At the time, sources said the shooting followed an argument between two groups of people.
Over in the Malba section of Queens, we told you about a car meetup that spiraled into chaos last month. Now an arrest has been made in connection with this violent incident.
An illegal car meetup in Queens turning violent, with a suspect now facing charges for allegedly attacking a homeowner and his wife.
All right, Fox 5's Antoine Lewis joins us now in studio with a closer look at how things got so out of hand. Antoine.
Stephen, Teresa, officials say these meetups have been plaguing this particular neighborhood in Queens for at least 4 years. They are baits for social media posts, and this one escalated from chaos to violence, and city leaders are now cracking down. Take a look at this cell phone video capturing this violent car meetup in Malba, Queens last month. Officials say that about 50 cars were involved in drag racing, donut spins, setting off fireworks, and at some point, as you can see right there, the car of a resident, a security guard, was actually set on fire. Things further escalated when a couple was attacked after confronting several members of the group that had gathered on their lawn as these shenanigans played out. That couple received very serious injuries. As you can see right there, we spoke with the husband shortly after this happened. And today, Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz announcing the arrest of at least one in connection with this attack on that husband and wife. And Katz says that they are looking for the others.
And whether we catch the others or not, this individual, this defendant, still is being prosecuted for gang assault, for the assault that happened, and for the injuries, the massive injuries, the serious physical injury that these victims, that occurred in these victims. This husband, Mr. Ferrer, has a broken rib, has fractured ribs, fractured shoulder. The thyroid was fractured.
Authorities took 19-year-old Justin Aguilera of Far Rockaway, Queens, into custody Thursday night. They say he took part in the attack on the couple on their lawn. In addition to 2 counts of gang assault, he is also charged with felony assault, riot, and trespass. New York City Council member Vicky Palladino helped draw attention to the incident, and today she went back to that intersection where it happened with members of the NYPD and other city agencies. She's calling for speed bumps to be put in place to deter any future violence.
We're going to accomplish what should have been accomplished over the last 4 years and was not. We needed a catastrophe to get speed bumps. Go figure.
The couple that was attacked is expected to survive their injuries. The suspect, Justin Aguilera, is facing 25 years in prison if convicted. Councilmember Palladino has also asked the DOT to consider deterrence efforts in other areas where meetups have been taking place.
We now leave the city for a shocking story in New Jersey. A man once praised as a hero for rushing into a burning home to save his elderly neighbor is now accused of setting the fire that killed her. Other crime news this morning: a man originally called a hero is now accused of being a killer.
This all stemming from a fire that broke out in a quiet New Jersey neighborhood over the summer. Good Day's Robert Moses joins us with a look at what changed. And Robert, this is just an unbelievable twist in the story.
Yeah, it certainly is. Briella and Dan, good morning to you. Over the summer, this story was the talk of Fanwood, New Jersey. It's a nice suburb about 30 miles to the west of New York City in Union County. An apparent hero rushes in to try and save his next-door neighbor from a fire in her bedroom. It is a compelling series of events. Fanwood's fire chief spoke at the scene on that morning of July 25th.
We got dispatched this morning to a fire at Kempshall Terrace at 1:37 a.m. First units arrived about 5 minutes after. Met heavy fire and smoke on the second floor. Had one burn victim from the neighbor who tried to pull out the victim.
Well, prosecutors now say that neighbor is a murderer. They have arrested 70-year-old William Ali, who lives right next door in that red house, and charged him with murder, burglary, and arson. He's being held at the Middlesex County Jail without bail. They say he set the fire that killed 82-year-old Virginia Cranwell. She was a mother of 3, a grandmother of 2, according to an online obituary. She also loved her 2 cats. There's no word yet on why authorities believe Ali set the fire that killed her, and we are still waiting to hear when he will make his first court appearance. Ali is a retired sergeant who worked at the Union County Jail. Now he himself is behind bars. Dan, Briella?
So there's not much of a motive on this, right?
Yeah, no motive in this
unclear,
case.
Like what happened? Like what led up to this?
So strange, and he was a neighbor of Virginia Cranwell's for decades, according to neighbors. Everyone thought, or many people that day, thought he was a hero, rushing into her home to try to save her, and now a huge twist in the story.
Strange case.
You can imagine the investigation picking up now before the holidays. I'm sure this family wants closure.
And finally, staying in New Jersey, we head to Newark. That's where police arrested 4 suspects in a mass shooting that claimed the lives of 3 people, including a 10-year-old boy.
Caught and cuffed. Police make a slew of arrests following this mass shooting that was caught on camera. And welcome to the Noon. I'm Teresa Priolo in for Bianca. 3 people were killed in that shooting, including a 10-year-old boy. The dramatic scene playing out on the streets of Newark. It happened on November the 15th. The shooting victims were standing outside of a liquor store on the corner of Leslie Street and Chancellor Ave when gunfire rang out. Today, a big break in that case. Let's get right to Fox 5's Antoine Lewis outside the Essex County Prosecutor's Office with our top story this noon. Antoine.
Teresa, these arrests, these 4 people are now behind bars. All the result, police say, of a multi-law enforcement agency. Let's show you whom we're talking about, the suspects. The first one is Muta Thomas of Newark. The next one is going to be Farquan Boykin Jr., also of Newark. Quayon Williams King. And then there's a 16-year-old juvenile whose picture was not given to us because of his age. They are facing multiple felonies right now, including 3 counts of first-degree murder. Now, police say they are responsible for a shooting last month in Newark on Chancellor Avenue, in which 3 people were killed, 2 others injured. Let's show you surveillance video. This was on November 15th. Police say that 2 teenagers opened fire into a crowd and then took off, and what was later determined to be a stolen vehicle that was eventually set on fire, recovered sometime later by authorities. Today, officials addressing the role that gun violence played in this incident. Take a listen.
It's everybody's obligation to do what they can. We can't take guns off the street like we'd like to until they change the laws and prevent guns from being as readily available. Then that's going to be a fight we're going to have to deal with, but we'll continue to fight that fight.
The youngest of the victims, 10-year-old Jordan Garcia, who was actually walking home from a rec center with his older brother. His football coach actually set up a GoFundMe page to help with his burial. Now, as far as the motive, as you come back to us live, police have yet to reveal that to us. And again, the 16-year-old right now is being charged as a junior, but the other charges that they are facing, again, include first-degree murder as well as conspiracy, possession of a stolen vehicle.
That's this week's Crime in the City. Subscribe for more at youtube.com/Fox5NY.